Yeah,
Looks like we're live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'm going to drive all of us crazy by just continually adjusting. So maybe at the beginning, I'll just acknowledge there is a Christmas tree there, and it has a star from Super Mario Brothers on it. And now I will do it. So the boring background.
That's fine.
Merry
Either
Christmas.
way. How's it going, man?
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
I'm all right. So we have a mutual friend who lives. Hey, Sarah. Who lives in Chicago. He and his family live in Chicago. Did you get a Christmas card from these folks?
Yeah, I found out the answer to this Christmas card.
Okay.
Because I stared at it. I stared at it forever.
I am so glad I'm not alone.
Because so here's the thing, like it's been a while since I've seen Justin and Kathy. But I know that's not them. And but I'm like, I'm pretty sure I definitely know that's not Justin and Kathy. It might be the kids, because I haven't seen the kids in forever. But I'm like, maybe it's AI art. Maybe it's a stock footage they found.
I'm really, really glad that I'm not alone in this, because I felt because I haven't seen him forever, felt like a bad friend. And I was trying to tell Rosanna, who's never met any of them, these are my friends in Chicago. So I'm going to grab a different headphone. Sorry, just a sec.
Okay. But just so folks know, like, we received this card and like proportionally the family is correct in the picture, but it doesn't look like them. But it's weirdly, because the guy has a beard. So I'm like, oh, is that just what Justin looks like with a beard? But I'm like, that's definitely not Kathy. I knew that.
I think Justin looks a lot like Justin. I thought he looks very similar.
Right.
Kathy, I was like, no.
Does not
and the kids were like, well, I don't even know what their kids look like these days, but it looks kind of like them. So, okay.
But I know the answer.
So what is the answer?
It's their neighbors.
Really?
So at least the two adults I know are the neighbors, and it might be their actual kids, because the kids look like their kids.
Well, now it's just an extra crazy level that these two families that look very similar live in the same neighborhood.
Right. But I think it's the two neighbors with Justin and Kathy's kids. And like, I thought there was some, at first I'm like, is it a face swap thing? Is it an AI thing? I couldn't quite figure it out.
And every year, and here's another thing, is because every year they do something great. Like they do a crazy fun Christmas card. Sometimes, like one of the year that there were a bunch of like clones of the kids all around the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, okay, they wouldn't send just a normal "here's us" Christmas card.
Yeah, but the people looked enough like them to be like, did they just send a normal card? No. The weird thing is the faces aren't right. So apparently it's the neighbors. I found that out.
That's great. Good job.
That's great.
Speaking of, I'll say extended family. It's Mark and his wife's 18th anniversary today.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
18 years since Mark and Kelly first started going out.
That's great.
It's nothing to sneeze at. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not as long as me and Stevie, but still pretty long. But no, that's I mean, yeah, that's great. It's fun to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pop in your newsfeed. Like, big family life events and stuff like that. Maybe someone sends you a text message to you, your wife, and your sister about big life announcements and stuff.
That's true.
And things that have to do with family.
If
dude, congrats. Like, congrats. I assume you could talk about it since you posted it on Instagram and stuff. Tell everyone watching or listening.
Due May 2nd, we're going to have a baby girl.
That's great.
It's pretty great. Thank you.
So have you tried to slip in some nerd names like under the radar?
You know what's funny? First of all, no, I
Okay.
haven't. But so we have a name. We're holding on to it until
Okay, good.
probably baby shower or whatever. But
Oh no, you got to wait until she's born. Because I heard that like baby names, if you tell somebody ahead of time, people will try to change it.
I believe that.
Like
But
like
they can
like
try. But
like
we.
parents and aunts and people start coming out of the woodwork. Oh, you don't want to call her that. So I'm just saying, I don't know. That's what I hear. You're not supposed to, but that's cool. You got a name.
Yeah, got a name, and I was kind of surprised just on her end of the source of it. It was her idea, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And then she was like, kind of like it because of this, and kind of like this. So we'll talk about Venkman Kittredge. Okay. Next one. Now, yeah, that's the ideas that I think are wonderful, and then who knows? Maybe she'd like Venkman. Who knows?
I mean, that could be reserved for like middle names. What's that?
That's true. Did you watch 30 Rock as a TV show?
Yeah, I think I watched it all the way through.
There was Jason Sudeikis was on a few episodes, and he said he had a meeting with Dr. Venkman down in New York, and then we find out that of course it was a lie. We knew it was a lie, but then when Tina Fey goes, you used Venkman for evil.
Let me ask you about the Ghostbusters real quick. Is Venkman, Spangler, Stantz, Zedmore, are those like real last names that anybody on this planet has? They feel so made up.
I think, yeah, I agree. None of them are. There's no Smith in the bunch.
No. Like Janine's name is weird.
Melnick?
Walter Peck. Peck might be a real name.
Yeah.
Louis Tully might be a regular name.
Movies. Last night we saw Violent Night. I friggin' love it. It's so great. It's Die Hard, Home Alone with a big splash of the ref. And it knows it is.
Yeah. You like the ref, right?
I love the ref.
I think you had me watch the ref.
It sounds right. It sounds very likely.
Or maybe it was Swimming with Sharks.
Oh, maybe both. You got Kevin Spacey on the brain. Yeah, maybe both. Swimming with Sharks was a good movie. Yeah. Because he's the only connection between those two.
That guy sucks. Like, dude, like I was going through like my iTunes and looking for Christmas movies, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch LA Confidential. And I'm like, ugh. God, it's like you're ruining it. You ruined it. Everything's ruined.
How about Spirited? Did you watch Spirited?
Will Ferrell and Ryan. I don't like musicals.
The music is a little extra. I don't think it needs the music, but it's there's a very fun twist in there, and the movie's great. It is great.
Right. It's a Christmas Carol storyline, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
I put Scrooge as their background. I think you're a fan of Scrooge. I was trying to think of something, because usually I do the album artwork after, but since we're doing this live, I have to come up with something before. And I'm like, I feel like Scrooge is a movie that me and Kevin could agree on.
Oh, every year. And I gotta see it every year.
And the Taxi Cab has like so much yellow in it, because I like to have yellow in our artwork. So I was like, okay, that works. But Scrooge is really the only version of A Christmas Carol that I enjoy. I don't like the Muppets one is boring. I think it's the sort of, is that Victorian? Not Victorian era. The old timey shit. I don't like the old timey shit.
Well, we went to the New Beverly. She'd never been to the New Beverly, and we saw Muppet Christmas Carol. It was wonderful. Kayla likes it. Do you know who Kayla is?
Yeah, Kayla Silva. She's an old lost friend.
Yeah, well, she found a good Christmas movie. Trying to get you to watch it. Yeah, man,
I'll
Muppet. It was
watch
great.
later.
It was, you know what? Watching a movie on Sunday afternoon at the New Beverly is fun because it's going to be some sort of family friendly movie, I believe.
Yeah,
And some guy comes out, he introduces it. There was a Chili Willy cartoon before
that's
it,
fun.
and yeah, some trailers for like Gremlins and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it was great. It was a wonderful experience.
I saw the last movie I saw in the theater was Glass Onion,
What do you think of that?
which comes out on Netflix tomorrow. Did you like Knives Out?
I loved Knives Out, and I liked
Okay.
Glass Onion even more.
Oh, you saw it too.
I did.
I love Glass Onion.
Dude, it's just like
It's so good.
I'm just watching with a smile on my face like the whole time.
It's like completely different than Knives Out in that like the cast is a completely different cast. The setting and look is completely different, but and I it just has that same feeling of joyousness as Knives Out. I loved Glass Onion.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna watch it again tomorrow. I can't wait to watch it again tomorrow.
Same here. I think on Christmas, I'm scheduled at the park, by the way. But I got this tickle in the back of my throat.
Right.
Might have to call out sick.
They won't be
because
suspicious at all.
Because I'm definitely calling out sick, and I have one sick day, and I was saving it for Christmas if I needed it. But yeah, we're gonna go to Rosanna's parents' place. Maybe we'll watch Glass Onion. I don't know, but yeah, I can't wait to watch.
It's so good. It's so good. Let me ask you about the park real quick. Are you working in the new Super Mario World?
I am a trainer for Super Nintendo World.
Okay, cool.
I have not stepped foot in there yet. It's gonna be great. I haven't stepped in there yet. I don't know when my actual training group is going to start. There's a bunch of training groups. I don't know when I'm going to start, but man,
February 17th it opens, right?
Yes, but I don't know when I'm going to get in with my training group. We hired a bunch of people for it. So
it's the day before my birthday. Just letting you know. If you need any more people to be trainees, I will go train the shit out of that. I'm excited for that. I have like Universal really isn't for me. Like I'm not a Harry Potter guy or Secret Lives of Pets or anything like that. Like I like Universal Studios when it was like there was the A-Team van and there's Kit and like that's what I like. But now it's like mostly like Harry Potter, Simpsons, which are all really awesome, but it's not my thing. I think the Nintendo world is like the first thing where I'm like, ooh, I can get popcorn in a warp pipe. Okay. Sounds good.
I don't know if I've told you this story or not, but in 1988, so every Sunday when I grew up, my parents went to St. Cloud, Minnesota from St. Michael, which was like 45-minute drive, spent the whole day at Grandma and Grandpa's. And I knew where my parents hid the Christmas presents.
Okay. I think okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I every Sunday went up, I got Super Mario Brothers 2 and Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. I used a razor blade and I opened them up and I played them for weeks before Christmas.
And then you went and put them back. That's nuts, dude. You did say that. And I didn't remember that. Dude, that's crazy. Like I never did that.
I finally told my mom that story this July after dinner after the wedding, and she was like, "All right, okay, well done." Maybe I told her on the phone after, but yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that in person.
I'm not super great with patience. It's not my forte.
I got duped. I probably told this story where I wanted a video game system when I was a kid, but I wanted Sega. And they had the Sega Master System, which was like their 8-bit version. It was like the same as the NES, but the Sega version. And I actually went to Toys R Us when they picked it up. So I was very stoked. And I picked out some Sega Master System games, and it was great. And then I got duped because I was snooping around in the presents, and there was the Sega Master System box, and then there was like a controller box, and the controller had a Sega Genesis controller in it. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just whatever. So Christmas comes, my parents hand me the Sega Genesis controller. I'm like, oh, okay. I opened it, and my dad was like, it's a Sega, but he said, I know it's for Genesis, but I think it also works with the Master System. I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's like, we can take it back if it doesn't work. Okay, cool. Sounds great. And then I opened up the Sega Master System, and they had taken the Sega Master System back and got the Sega Genesis, which was awesome.
Okay, good.
So now I have like the Sega Genesis. I'm like, holy shit. And so then they hand me one of the games I got, and it was a Sega Master System game. And they're like, oh, the Sega Master System game, we'll have to take it back. I'm like, okay. So we're already making we're going to end up making a trip to Toys R Us. So then the next thing I open is the Sega Genesis to Sega Master System converter. So it's a thing that you put on top of the Genesis. So now I don't have to go back to Toys R Us at all. Like, it was freaking dope because it was essentially a Sega Genesis and the Sega Master System all at once. And they got me a TV because they didn't want me hogging up the TV room. It was a nuts Christmas.
Well, tell you what, especially since we're going off on video games here, I'm going to show you something. I don't think my sister Megan or my brother-in-law Rick are watching, but just in case, if you are, don't watch anymore. Watch after Christmas, because I'm going to show you Rick's present. Rick and Megan really helped out during the wedding. They flew my parents out. They put them up at an Airbnb for the weekend. So I'm like, okay, this year I got to go a little extra for these guys. They really helped us out. I got Megan something cool, and I got Rick. I'm gonna
slide back over
this later tonight.
Okay,
but I got Rick.
Your button.
It's this. So it's an arcade thingamabob. It's got 60 games in it.
That's pretty awesome.
Arcade games. It's got like Miss Pac-Man, obviously Donkey Kong, Frogger, Burger Time. So he's gonna like it.
Look at, so Sarah says, side note, I still remember the look on your face when you opened the wrong controller. PTSD. That's awesome. Like I've seen those arcade, like those new arcade machines, like online and stuff. And then recently I saw one in person. I was like, oh, those are kind of cool. And they have a Tron one, and they have Tron, and it's only 2 games, but it's both Tron games. It's Tron and Discs of Tron.
Because I know I've been to Best Buy, and they've got like the class of 80. It's just 2 games. It's Miss Pac-Man and Galaga. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. This is just a little bit more, and it's got 60 games. So yeah, they turned their garage into a pool hall over COVID, and I think this will be a great addition to it. So I can't wait to have them put it in there. It's gonna be fun.
That's cool during COVID that you put up something where a lot of people would like to come and hang out at.
And
you can't hang out.
Yeah, they wouldn't allow it, but at least at the time.
Lucha Johnny says his parents got him an SNES system, nice. And then his own TV. I want to say Sarah that year got like a crazy stereo, and they realized that my Sega Master System wasn't like up to snuff with her gigantic stereo. I think it had like CD and tape and a huge speaker, so they gave me the TV.
I remember when our uncle let us borrow his Atari, and we played it so much with the neighborhood kids that the fuse burnt out on the TV. Maybe it was just bad timing for the TV.
Maybe.
But yeah, it was over real quick. I was really popular for like 2 days.
If you want to come over and play Atari, mine's hooked up to the TV. It's not the greatest.
So I watch Saturday Night Live every week still. It's pretty rough sometimes. It's pretty rough often. But one thing that we have not talked about that I am delighted about
is your extreme frustration with the presence of Mikey Day.
Yeah. I don't really talk about it anywhere. I think I might bring it up every once in a while. So this year on SNL, I've watched Drunk Uncle on Update and Cecily Strong's Departure. I watched about 2 minutes of David S. Pumpkins and couldn't deal with it because it was a cut and paste, the exact same sketch. Like, I feel like they could have done better as far as the second David Pumpkins, like have him not be there and have them go looking for David Pumpkins and him like make it one of those like pre-tape things where David Pumpkins is out in the world because everybody asks who he is. Like who's David Pumpkins? Like that's the whole joke is who's David Pumpkins, and to have him have like an existential crisis. But of course,
where he goes home to his family, and his whole family is dressed up in those suits, and they're like, "They just don't get me, honey."
Yeah, it would be fucking terrific. But instead, it's the exact same sketch.
I think that's my frustration with a lot of Saturday Night Live is they do cookie cutter sketches, especially with the Californians. What's different about it? This is just one where you stick like 10 guest stars in.
I like the Californians, but because it's so stupid. But like it's mostly Mikey Day, dude. I can't stand Mikey Day. I don't understand the appeal of Mikey Day. Our friend Ryan, producer Ryan from the Darmlars, told me that he wants to do a supercut. I would totally do this, but I don't have the patience. Where it's a supercut of Mikey Day starting a sketch, holding a clipboard, saying, "All right, everybody, let's line up and talk about what we're going to talk." Like it's fucking every time. I can't stand the dude. I mean,
the thing is, I don't have anything against him personally, and there's a big part of me that feels bad about voicing my displeasure about a guy who's doing the best he can. I just don't feel like it's the kind of person who should be on television.
He's not. I don't think he's up to snuff. Like, because you have like people like Beck Bennett and Taran Killam who would be that sort of role, like a Phil Hartman, like kind of I'm the straight man in the situation. I am just like the plain white guy. I play the dad. I play, but they did it really good. And I don't think Mikey Day, I think they're trying to use Mikey Day like that, but he's not that. I don't know.
I also feel bad because there was in pro wrestling, there was this thing where there was a wrestler who was on payroll, who was getting paid every week, and he was never on TV. I don't remember. I wish I could remember who it was, but he wasn't very good. And occasionally on Reddit, it would say, just saying that this wrestler is still under contract and hasn't been on TV in 8 months. And it became kind of a joke. And then finally the guy got let go. And it's like, okay, well, good job, everybody. You just cost this guy his livelihood.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's hit back movies again, because have you seen The Banshees of Inisherin?
No.
I think it's my favorite movie of the year.
Oh, really?
And not by default. I've seen some good stuff.
Like Black Adam.
I never saw Black Adam.
It's
on HBO Max. It's not good, huh?
It's noise. It gave my sister a headache. I'm pretty sure it gave her a headache.
Do you know what Banshees is about?
It's a guy who decides he's just not going to be that other guy's friend. Is it that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been friends forever. And then the guy's like, "No, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. You're dull." It's just great. I love it.
And he can't deal. Yeah, I watched the trailer because I'm like, what is this about? I've heard it's the director of In Bruges, which I also haven't seen, and I heard that was.
I haven't seen it either, but it made me want to see In Bruges.
Okay, maybe I'll check it out. Is it available on streaming? I feel like I saw it somewhere on Apple TV.
It's on HBO Max.
Perfect. I'll watch it because it looked like a fun. Like I don't know if it felt like a lighthearted comedy or dark comedy.
It's pretty dark.
Okay. Okay. It sounds like one of those movies that it just escalates into like how did we get here? Like by the end of the movie, you're like, how did we get to this point? Like it seems like such a simple concept. It's a guy decides he doesn't want to be another guy's friend, and then that's it.
Please text me after you watch it and let me know what you think.
Okay, I'll watch it.
We
can
are
always
like
come back and do an episode and talk about it.
That's true. I mean, this has been me. This has been 5 days a week. I work at the park, and then especially if it's training, those are Monday through Friday, like 8 to 6, 9 to 6.
That's good though.
And then I come back here and I work manager from 7 to 11 at my other job. So it's just, I got wedding credit cards to pay off. So
yeah.
And I got a bunch of diapers
Now's
I got to
the
buy
feed.
now.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. I'm excited for you.
We got a stroller a couple nights ago, put it together.
That's weird.
Just stroller
I can't
in my
imagine
apartment right now.
I can't imagine Kevin putting together a stroller. I'm super like you. I mean, what are you feeling? Are you like super excited? Are you nervous? Is it both? Is it?
I am excited. I am
into
nervous.
words?
It is for the longest time. Everybody that I was in a relationship with, like everybody in the last 15 years, was like, "Yeah, kids aren't for me," and I was always like, kind of thought I'd be a good dad, but I guess it's not going to happen. And Rosanna's like, "Oh yeah, I definitely want kids," and it's just been, I mean, we planned on it early. Obviously, we got to do it before I turn to dust. And
any day now.
Any day now. And yeah, it's been a planning, a lot of preparation. It wasn't surprising because we were trying, but it's still like, whoa. Yeah. But yeah, putting together the shopping for this stuff, shopping for a stroller is just like, oh, this is what I guess I'm shopping for a stroller now.
That's so weird. I don't know if I could do that. It'd be so weird.
But again, speaking of,
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It is the end of the year. Do you have like a top 5 movies of the year? Anything like that? Is anything that blew you away?
I think so. There was something I mentioned on a friend's posted a thing, and I was like, Glass Onion, The Batman, and there was one other movie, and I can't think of it right now, where I was like, I really like that movie. Oh, Nope. I saw Nope.
Nope was fun.
I thought Nope was great. I still haven't seen the other 2 Jordan Peele movies. I haven't seen Get Out or Us. But we just got Showtime. It might be on there. I don't know where it is. I don't know where.
Get Out is pretty amazing. Us is good, but Get Out is amazing.
Yeah, but I really liked Nope.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's also, so we got Showtime for free for a month on Apple TV because I just wanted to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And it said like free for a month. I'm like, I can do that. And then I put that on there. I put Yellow Jackets on there. And there was one other movie that I forget. But I'm looking forward to seeing Everywhere All at Once. and hopefully those other 2 on there. But
so you have not seen it yet. Okay.
I haven't seen it yet. Because we just got that a couple days ago. But Nope was surprising. I don't know how it stacks up to the other. I don't know how it stacks up to the other Jordan Peele movies, but I like Close Encounters is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I just like that sort of weird slow burn. I like alien shit, and I like that this was like different. It was definitely different and unique. The stuff with Gordy was disturbing. the chimpanzee.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fun. The whole premise of the movie is, hey, we want to make money, so we're gonna try to shoot this UFO. Like their goal wasn't to stop it, wasn't to learn about it. They just wanted to get footage of it.
Sure.
And I thought that was kind of fun. Because like nowadays, you look at concert footage and everybody's shooting on their phone the concert, and it's like, well, your footage is no better than the guy in front of you. And I'm sure they're recording this like professionally as well. So why even bother recording it if someone else is gonna, they're gonna put it up like on YouTube or wherever professionally. So it's like, it reminded me of that, like this urge to just capture something on video or film. So
well, I think about that with Horror Nights, because going through a scary maze is never going to be nearly as good or just impactful as just walking through it. Because when you take that phone off, first of all, it's not going to look as good on the screen, and you're taking yourself out of that moment. You're not just going through, you're the camera person now, and you're taking on a different role other than someone just having fun. And it, you spent like $80 to get here, and you waited an hour and a half in line, and you're taking this experience away from yourself. That's
also, chances are, if you want to experience that again, someone else probably put it online.
Exactly. Yeah. In Nope, there's a shot of that Fry's Electronics.
Yeah.
And it's like the same shot that I took after it closed. That Fry's isn't there anymore, but there was, that wasn't done for the movie. There was, every Fry's has their own like theme.
Gimmick. Yeah.
And this was like, there was a spaceship UFO crashed into Fry's.
Yeah.
So I have literally that. I should have brought it out. That picture, I have that somewhere that I just took. I was like, look at this. It's just another. This used to be a Great Fry's Electronics. Now it's just another store with a spaceship crashed into it.
The Fry's up the street from me was themed like NASA. Like they had space shuttle stuff in there and astronaut stuff in there. And that went out of business and turned into a Amazon distribution warehouse. And it's like, oh man, I used to get DVDs there. What I used to do is they had a huge section of DVDs at Fry's, and I would go to the wilderness section, and there was this DVD. I love doing this, and it was about beavers, and in just big letters it said beavers. So I take the DVD, take it over to the adult section, and put it right in front, and it made Ryan laugh every time. It made me laugh every time. I wish I had a picture of it, but
what made you guys laugh more, that or your annual Christmas video?
Listen, dude, this is the 15th year I've posted that. This is the 15th year. And then, so today my mom sent a message on Facebook that was like, she's like, oh, I thought you were going to forget this year. Like, no, I try to do it every December 1st, and people say it's not Christmas until they see that video of me and Santa. It's such bad quality. It was shot on one of the, like a regular digital camera. I think Ben from Darmlar shot it, but did video, and it's just like the grainiest, grossest video, but it's tradition. It's my Christmas tradition. I love it. It makes me laugh. I'm sure everybody who's here in the chat has seen it. I mean, I could bring it up if you want, but I have to find it.
Let me try to get to our chat. I don't have our. I'd like to see if anybody's saying anything in the YouTube chat.
It should be up in the StreamYard. You should be able to see it.
Oh, I'm in private chat, so let's have a look. Oh, yeah, look at all those comments. Holy cow. I didn't mean to.
Everyone's here.
Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, I was sitting in private chat.
A lot of these folks have come over from like the show that Jay and I do, the Screen Geeks. And I just posted on the Discord. And so it's good to see everybody showing up. But yeah, look at all that. Let me know if you want me to. We talking sexual Santa videos? Listen. It's not something that was thought up. Like, it was literally, we were at this place. We were at this bar called Bahuka. It was a tiki bar. It closed down. It's 2007, 2008, something like that. And they just have just a buttload of Christmas stuff up. And they have the dancing Santa. And I'm like, wow, that's really short Santa's, really waist high. And I just finished drinking about like 3 tiki drinks. And this could be real funny. So I only did it because I was the first one that got up from the table and was leaving. So I was just basically I was doing it for all my friends who are going to be rounding the corner in a couple of seconds. And Ben had a camera and just threw up the video. So it's like, that's history. I mean, I could bring it up. Do you want me to bring it up?
Sure, you can bring it. I mean, I'm sure you've got it real close, like.
I don't know. I don't. But if you want to vamp for a second.
Tell you what, I will. I'll talk about how. So Lucha Johnny here mentions how he went to Horror Nights in Orlando when they did The Walking Dead at Silent Hill. He said he wasn't scared, but it was awesome. I worked in The Walking Dead at Universal Horror Nights in Hollywood, or not even Horror Nights, during the whole year long with the attraction, and so I was one of the survivors, and I really cared about it. I cared about it a lot. I loved the venue. I loved the experience. And you weren't supposed to use cameras in there, and no pictures, no video, no nothing. And I was like the security guard who thinks he's the president. Go for it. Let's hit it.
Oh, no. No, do the story.
Okay. Well, I would see people with I would kind of break. It wasn't necessarily breaking character, but I would be like, put your phone down kind of thing. And I would actually speak. I would say, put your phone away, which I wasn't supposed to do. But, and I look back on it, and not only would I have loved to have seen that footage online, but it's just the fact that I was a little over the top. I was a bit over the top, and I wish I had held back a little bit and just kept going with the moment. I hear bells. I hear jingling. What could possibly be coming?
Santa? Me? Santa?
Yeah.
An interesting choice of words. Let's do this. Let's see where it puts us. Old graphics.
Do you know how Santa gets around? He needs snowflakes. Snowflakes cannot do it all, I found.
There it is.
He needs reindeer.
Oh, now the bum.
Even though they try, they need other
I think it's-
things. Once a year they have to
So this is on YouTube, yes?
don't have wings.
It's somewhere on YouTube. I think it's on an old Dharmalars. It's on.
I want to know how many views that has.
Not a lot. Not a lot, because I just end up taking the video that I have on my desktop and putting it up on social media. But there is, I did look at the video, and it is 15 years old this year. And I posted it every year. And I love when I could tell new people come on board and have seen it for the first time, and they're like, what the fuck was that? But then you get the other people like, it's officially Christmas now that I've seen it. So it's fun. When did you first watch that video? Probably.
Gosh, I don't
Jesus,
remember.
A long time ago.
It was a few years ago, and I think I was just watching it being like, all right. All right. I mean, it makes people happy. What can I do? What can I say?
I mean, but here, hold on. Let me see if I can adjust this. But look at this bar. They just had Christmas shit everywhere. Like there's just everywhere.
What is Santa supposed to be doing there? If you're not there, what is Santa doing?
He's dancing. So he's just like rocking out, and it's probably playing like Jingle Bells, and then it stops because that's when the song pauses, and then he goes again. And I decided it'd be fun to turn around. This is sort of an homage to The Forbidden Zone, a movie that's I don't recommend to anybody, but there's a point where this dude starts humping this other person chained to a wall, and there's another person chained to the wall, and that person spins around and pretty much presents the butt. I mean, is it a Christmas classic? When did classics happen? So like the movie Elf, everyone loves Elf. next year will be its 20th anniversary.
Wow.
So Christmas classic, probably by now, right?
I think we can say that. Elf is
Yeah.
my favorite Christmas movie of the year. It used to be Scrooged, followed by Christmas Vacation. I really like Love Actually, but I know a lot of people don't, and there are some good reasons for it. And Rosanna hates it, so I'm like, okay, well, I can miss that every year, I guess.
You got to find time to do it.
Favorite.
You got to find time. Elf is great.
I mean, just Will Ferrell's excitement just brings it. Ernest Saves Christmas. Good for you, Lucigiani. I've never seen it. It could be.
I've never seen it. You know, I almost put it on last night because it was on some streaming thing and I'd never seen it. And I'm like, Jim Varney was pretty funny. Like, I mean, I know Ernest is like kind of a, you know, people may think of Ernest as, you know, a lesser than character, but Jim Varney seemed like a cool dude. And I like those commercials for like Cerritos Auto Square, the Hey Vern commercials. So, you know, maybe I'll check it out.
Quip says a classic is 10 plus years.
Okay. So the reason why I'm asking, is this considered a Christmas classic?
I think so.
Yes. That's all I ever
wanted.
Bill
Nye, he's pretty amazing in there, Charlie.
Dude, you know what? You know what I just thought of?
What's that?
And this might take some time is. What if I remade this in stop motion, like Rankin Bass style?
Have you ever done any stop motion before?
When I was in high school, and it wasn't great. But if I sprung this on people next year, instead of the video version, I mean, there's not much I have to do, right? I just stand there. All right. We're not going to talk about this again.
No, I mean, knock yourself out.
Let's see what happens next year.
Okay, all right. All right. Good job, Charlie. Remasturbated. Why not? Have you watched on Netflix? They have the movies that made us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you watch the one on Elf?
I think so.
Because they didn't
watch them all.
They didn't want Will Ferrell. They're like, who is this guy? He's done nothing. He should not be the star of our movie. There were a lot. We watched the Home Alone one too, and Daniel Stern. They didn't want Daniel Stern either. I love that series. It's great. Speaking of Netflix, how about that? There was the documentary Pepsi, Where's My Jet? It's a 4-parter. It could have been a 2-parter, I think. There was a lot of.
I think it was more than 4.
I feel like it was 4. I could be wrong.
I watched
but
it
was
night.
It was an interesting story. I think we all, maybe some of the more mature fans will remember there was a Pepsi commercial and it was like, Pepsi points, get a shirt, get this. Or for 1,000,000 points, get a jet.
Get a Harrier. Yeah.
And there was a kid who was like, all right, how can I make this happen? And he finds a loophole and he gets a buddy to help him out, a rich buddy. He's like, all right, I got it. And Pepsi's like, oh, that was a joke. And it's like, well, it doesn't say it was a joke in the commercial anywhere. I would like my jet, please. What was your take on that show?
It was good. It was fun. It was entertaining. What's funny is, and I really shouldn't be talking about this in public, but I am working on a project. If you're on my Patreon, you know what the project is. If you know what the project is, please don't mention it in the chat.
Secret.
But the person that I'm working on the project with sent me screenshots from that documentary after I'd watched it to show a setup. So the way that documentary was shot is going to be similar to my project, and Kayla knows about it. And I just want to say to Kayla, hold on one second. Let me see if I can find the comment. You will very much enjoy this project. So
now I'm trying to remember how they shot the Pepsi Jet documentary. Are there like recreations? Are there
for the interviews, the way things were composed.
Okay.
It was a 3-camera setup. So yeah, everyone's saying their lips are sealed. Too many people know about this that shouldn't know about this. By all my Patreon folks over there, you included. So,
I got my lips are sealed, buddy. I've got
but so many lips are sealed in the comments that I'm
just one shout out to Charlie mentioned the sister series, The Toys That Made Us is pretty spectacular. I watched the Star Wars one and I watched the wrestling one, obviously. And yeah, that's a fun little show.
So segue, the Toys That Made Us did a Barbie episode. And have you seen that Barbie trailer?
Dude, that Barbie trailer is amazing.
So many like dudes are talking about how great that trailer is, and I feel like we're becoming a meme.
Listen, they recreated 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I loved it. Yeah, I was like, are they doing? I think they are doing. Oh, okay, well, they're definitely doing. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And if if that spirit is in the movie, I'm all for it. Just doing something different by doing something that's already been done. Funny enough. Speaking of segueing, in the Barbie movie,
yes,
is a fellow by the name of Ncuti Gatwa.
Okay.
You know who Ncuti Gatwa is?
No.
He is the 15th Doctor in Doctor Who. Maybe you've seen his name spelled out. It's like CTUTI or something like that. Ncuti Gatwa. And I've never seen anything he's done. He's apparently in some British teen sex
better though, right?
soap opera. But he's
better,
in Barbie.
Because you just want to know him as the Doctor. You don't want to, like, if they made like everyone keeps talking about like Henry Cavill should be James Bond, and I'm just like, no, I know him too much as Superman. So it's probably better to have an unknown, right, as the Doctor.
I think so, yeah. Like when Hugh Grant was leaked as the Doctor, is like, he'd be good, but I don't think he should be. I think Bill Nighy would have been a great Doctor, and he was actually set to be the 9th Doctor for a while before Eccleston actually got it.
Oh,
what's the name of that soap, Kayla? Or not the name of the not soap? Oh, Sex Education. Thank you, Charlie. It is okay. Okay, I can't talk about something. Somebody was just talking about. Charlie says Margot rocks the original swimsuit look, and I could go on a thread about a different Margot Robbie movie, but I'm going to hold off. Quip's third favorite Canadian after Bret Hart and Ryan Reynolds. It's good to see some Bret Hart love and respect. Yeah, Bill Nighy is just great in everything. And About Time, he's in About Time too. I think I had you watch that.
Was good. Yeah. He's in Love Actually?
Yeah, he's the old rocker.
Yeah.
Don't buy
Davy Jones.
Become a rock star, and they give them to you for free.
I mean, you can't. I don't think you can. I think with the Doctor, I mean, you can go wrong. But I feel like if you were to say more people, if you were to say like these 20 people can be the Doctor, you can probably find something in each of those 20 people where you're like, okay, yeah, I would see that. If you were to do 20 people for James Bond, you'd be like, no. Like, I feel like the Doctor is fun because of all the different personalities that have been. Like, I haven't seen any of the Jodie Whittaker stuff, but I'm sure has a much different take than Peter Capaldi. But they're both probably great in the role. I don't know, but I like that there's variety in the Doctors.
Sure,
I wouldn't mind seeing variety in Bond, but I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid of it.
Well, I'm just from the 2 seconds of the trailer. I look forward to Ncuti. They had the costume reveal where him and his companion had their costumes. I think he looks cool. It's like an orange checker jacket or a brown checker jacket and pants and orange shirt.
He's which number Doctor is he?
5th Doctor. 15th. I'm sorry. 15th.
Yeah, you wish he was the 5th Doctor.
I already got a favorite 5th Doctor.
Yeah, I know. His name is I forget. The blonde
Peter
guy,
David.
though. I know who Peter David. There. Yeah.
Lucha Johnny just rewatched all of Doctor Who. Now, when you say all of Doctor Who, I have a feeling that you mean from 2005, Two Past the Max. Yeah, it's yeah, they did a little timey-wimey writing things. Listen, the Doctor was never going to die. Yeah, Quip knows.
Let's see here. Let's do this. There we go.
But yeah, Capaldi is my guy. Yeah, he looks cool. Her name is Ruby Tuesday, her character name. I'm not so sure about that name, but whatever.
She reminds me of Rose. When I saw the picture, I think I saw this picture, I assumed is it Rose? Billy
Piper played Rose, yeah.
She has a similar look, face, hair.
So all the new Doctor Who for us is going to be on Disney Plus, which is great.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Are they going to put the previous ones?
I don't know, but they're like a part of the production. They're pumping money into Doctor Who. Doctor Who's getting Disney money. So for me, I keep thinking we're one step closer to Daleks and Cybermen at Disneyland. So I'm all for that.
Do that in Tomorrowland, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it. I have Disney Plus. I'm not really one to seek out Doctor Who.
Right.
I think I would need like a curated, pretty much what we used to do is you kind of curated episodes for me to watch. And I kind of got like the best of like almost every era, but I don't know about I've never just jumped into a series. But
when I'm in my busy as can possibly be phase, I've still only seen the first episode of Andor, which I know everybody seems to love. Look at those eyes. Ralph is like,
good.
Get to it, Kev.
It's like they let a grown-up make Star Wars. It's so weird. It's not a child. It's not like fanboys. It's good, dude. But
is there at any point
an X-Wing?
Is there what's that?
An X-Wing?
A lightsaber.
Is
there a lightsaber in the series?
You want to get spoiled?
I just want to know if there's a lightsaber.
There are no lightsabers.
I'm glad you told me. Because if I sit through that waiting for a lightsaber, I'm going to be really disappointed.
You want to see a lightsaber?
Yes.
Oh.
They're an essential element of Star Wars for me. I know you don't want to see like rehashed stories of the past, but there are still Jedi and Sith, perhaps.
This takes place like around the time of Rogue One, where the Jedi are forgotten and stuff. So it takes all that stuff takes a backseat.
Wasn't there in Obi-Wan? Didn't he casually mention a brother, and we never heard about it again?
Yeah. Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to see him. Second of all, I think I should play him.
Obi-Wan, Obi-2 Kenobi.
Jimmy Kenobi.
Obi-2 Kenobi, starring Kevin. Do your audition tape.
Yeah.
And I'll do a stop motion version for you.
Nice.
I could have you fighting like the stop motion Darth Vader. No.
So I think
what is Obi-Wan Kenobi do? Because he's probably not a Jedi. But would he be force sensitive?
I think he'd be force sensitive, and I think he would have a lightsaber. Those are the only two things I know. Slightly force sensitive. He works with 3 broomsticks. He gets that hot butter beer. Absolutely.
Oh no. Harry Potter and my Star Wars.
I think the only thing
Andor's
that I
great.
wrote in our description of this episode, he works at a bank. All right. We have not talked about Mr. CM Punk as what's the last you heard about CM Punk?
That
My
he
favorite
gave
wrestler.
out ice cream. He gave out ice creams at a event.
Is that literally the last thing you heard about him?
Yeah.
Okay, so the owners, well, the executive producers of AEW, the other wrestling company, are the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, a couple other people. And I guess Punk has not really gotten along with the way they do things, which I think the way they do things is brawl out. I think that they do things just great for their company. But Punk,
Is this
they
a
had
real? Is this a? So this is in. Is this
It's
part
real
of
life.
the storyline?
real life.
Okay.
So they had a boy,
Kayfabe?
my boyfriend, Nick Jackson. Yeah, it's not in kayfabe. This is a shoot, brother.
Okay.
They had a pay-per-view. Punk won the title, injured himself in the process, but whatever. They had a media scrum afterwards. Tony Khan is the president of AEW, sitting to his left.
Okay.
And Punk just kind of went off, talking about he works for children, referring to the Young Bucks as children, and just really shitting on them and the company in general, which is not cool. And after he got back to his locker room, then the story varies from who you ask, but what's generally accepted is the Young Bucks knocked on the door, went in, and Punk went off, punched Sarah's boyfriend, Nick Jackson, in the face. Punk's buddy bit Kenny Omega on the arm. There was a big fight. And this was what, August, Lucha?
No cameras rolling on this, right? No cameras rolling?
No.
Okay.
And
this is quite the story.
Yeah. And so it's, there's lawyers involved, this, that, and the other thing. I was hoping it was
are the lawyers buff guys with briefcases?
It's IRS comes back.
I feel like the way, I mean, listen, it just sounds like an awesome story that you're not allowed to see. Like, how great is that for wrestling? I don't know. Everyone might be mad at Punk, but
everybody is, he's basically considered to be kind of backstage poison. Again, he's my fucking favorite wrestler. I love this guy, but he was wrong. All Out was September 4th. So September 4th. And there's talk about him being bought out of his contract, but then what happens then? Does he go to WWE? He hates WWE. Triple H is in charge there.
Did he have a problem with Triple H or just McMahon?
Yeah, he had a problem with Triple H. So
I want this so bad to be the greatest storyline.
Me too.
A wrestling storyline without cameras and showing wrestling. Like, this sounds amazing. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe he got injured and is like, we'll just sit back and have this story work out on social media and online and in news outlets, and just, I don't know.
It's a real bummer.
But I listen, I'm hoping for you guys that this is just the greatest heel story ever composed.
Well, we've had time to get past this theoretical. This was September 4th. There was a few days where I was like, okay, it's a work, right? I mean, they're gonna have an angle together. This is 3.5 months ago. So yeah,
What if it's to get him? What if it's to get him into the WWE?
I don't. As much as I'm there, I'm really bummed out to miss on Punk and Kenny Omega. That would have been an exciting program. That would have been great. There's a lot of stuff we could have seen.
I feel like every storyline has been explored in wrestling, and this would be a fantastic new angle.
I mean, yes, but it's not.
In my heart, I'm hoping that you get like the rug pulled out from under you, and it was like just the greatest storyline. It's like the Lawler, Andy, what's his name,
Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman thing, where it's like, is it like you still don't know if it's real, even though we all pretty much know it was a setup. But that's what I want this to be, like that. Like it gets out into the public, and it's for your sake. I have no knowledge of this situation, and I could be totally like wrong, which I probably am. But man, what if it wasn't?
No, you are not wrong. It would be
Trying to
amazing.
give you guys hope.
And like Lucha Johnny says, people have said that they can put their issues aside. It would make a great storyline, and the Elite versus Punk and FTR would make a ton of money. He's right. It would be amazing. Maybe there is enough time before his injury heals, because it's Punk. It's Punk's fucking fault.
Yeah.
And he's got to be the one to say, I was a bit hot-headed. I'm sorry.
Take it to the
Can we
ring.
make money with this? But he's a stubborn dude.
And yeah, I know, but for your sake, I think this would be the greatest storyline of all time.
It'd be great.
What was that one, like the final deletion or the deletion, or like something like that, where they kept talking about that thing, and you're like, what is he talking about? And then it was like this big elaborate backyard match with a boat. I think there was a boat involved.
There was a dilapidated boat.
Right. So I don't know, man. I really hope it, like, I don't know. Where can I watch AEW?
It's on TNT.
I don't even know. Okay, I don't have that. So
Rampage is on TBS Friday nights, but the big show is Wednesdays on TNT.
Oh, they got the big show?
Are you talking about the big show, Mr. Paul White?
Yeah,
because he is in the company, but he's just an announcer.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. It is, yeah. So I don't know, man.
I'm sending out good vibes for you. That
well, like I said, it's been since September, so we've had time to accept the fact that who knows.
Yeah.
Sarah used to. I'm glad. I didn't know that you actually watched AEW, Sarah. Like that makes me happy. I don't even, I don't have time. I will look on Reddit, and I'll get results on Reddit while I'm working on other stuff. And if something's really cool, I'll hit the highlights on the DVR.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're about that time. I actually start my other job at 1 p.m., so I got to get some stuff together.
Ooh.
Yeah, busy guy. Every day I'm hustling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
But
Maybe
I'm looking forward
to that Banshees movie, and we'll come back and talk about it.
Yeah. I look forward to hearing you. There's that Violent Night. If you get an opportunity to watch that, Violent Night is great.
Okay.
But yeah, are you gonna head over to the sisters for Christmas?
Yeah. Go have some breakfast and drinks and dinner and presents and all that fun stuff. I have to finish my shopping tomorrow, so that's good. But yeah, how about you? Yeah, family in town. You got double duty now, family wise. You do in-laws and
on Christmas Eve. I'm working in the park. I'm working in Mid. Rosanna's going to go to her parents. Then Christmas Day, I'm going to call out sick because I'm again scheduled as it stands, and go to her parents. Then go hang with Megan and Rick.
Cool. Sounds fun. Yeah, I'll be at Sarah's having Mickey waffles.
Nice. All right. Well, hey.
We never said the title of the show.
We haven't decided the title of this show?
We haven't said the title of the show.
Oh,
never. But
that's true. We didn't.
Yeah, we didn't.
All right, let's do a podcast.
I'm not gonna
but
put
yeah,
music.
hopefully everybody watching has a nice, safe holiday season. Be safe out there. New Year's Eve, for heaven's sakes. It's crazy.
Yeah. It was good talking to you.
Thanks, Sarah.
And again, I say it every, we pop up here about every holiday. And I always say, you know, we could do these a lot sooner if you want.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
If you have time to carve out an hour of your day, we can do this anytime.
Nice.
Except when I'm working on my project.
Yeah.
Because we're doing another thing beginning of February. So
What's the GDL Discord?
That's
Hi.
Jay's Discord, Geek Dad Life.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I just popped this in there, and I popped it in my Discord. Ian Hart made it just under the wire. We're about to bounce. But go on YouTube. The whole show will be there, and then in a couple hours, the audio version of this will be up for you, Ian. Everyone else, you probably already watched this or listened to this up until this point.
Don't go telling Rick and my sister what their presents are. They're gonna.
Oh yeah. I want to go play it.
We had to check it out just to make sure it works.
Sure. All right. Let's stop doing a podcast.